Welcome to Mandala Moments, a daily thought-provoking, soul-supportive moment of inspiration and love with Raven. I do not see a delegation for the four-footed. I see no seat for the eagles. We forget, and we consider ourselves superior. But we are, after all, a mere part of creation, and we must consider to understand where we are. And we stand somewhere between the mountain and the ant, somewhere and only there as part and parcel of the creation. Spoken by Chief Orion Lyons, Oneida, in an address to the non-governmental organizations of the United Nations, Geneva, Switzerland, 1977. I am no more, nor am I less than who you are, cried the wolf to the whole of creation. My name is Sinapu, and I stand before all of you who have come to breathe as one the words of the Supreme Creator. I came here to tell you all that we must come to the great circle only by way of peace and a promise of love and respect for one another. Please, come join with me here in the Meadowlands to share wisdom and knowledge as we awaken to a new day's dawning. Speaking loudly to all the animals of the sky and the sea, the lands and the trees, including the humans who have come to share, anxious and uncertain though, amongst these gatherers. I am Sinapu, the great wolf who leads my tribe through sacred wisdom and fair social alliances with all other tribes of Great Spirit's creations. I have come to speak my words and the words of the wolf clan of peace and abundance and a very true equilibrium for all of us, including the mountains, the rivers, and the Mother Earth herself. Sinapu continued, For many suns' passings, my tribe has met itself in peril against the hunters that walked out of balance with the rhythms of nature and the once perfect balance we all brought to the Mother long ago. As the beaver and the otter tends to the rivers, and the hawks and eagles tends to the skies, the wolf tends to the forests, the mountains, the plains, and even the deserts, offering health and prosperity to flourish upon. Wolf sits at the top of the mountain, promising a good way of life to us all. Yet the wolf has been hunted and brought to our knees by the ways of false power and cold men. Is this not the same for each of us here and our tribes we are born from? All of the beings present listened intently, nodding their heads to this truth. Looking around to one another, they witnessed for the first time that each of them has suffered by the hands of greed and insatiable power of the few. Yet, each of us matters and is an interwoven part of creation. Just as the dragonfly and the trout matters to the river, and the berries and salmon matters to the bear, the whole of us matters because without one, we would all perish into the memories of a past long forgotten. Every living being supports the whole of life, from the ant to the butterfly to the deer to the buffalo. We each play a role in the balance of this earth. We must remember that we are brothers and sisters creating life here, together, for all of us to thrive upon, not just the one. Wolf looked over to the circle of humans standing at the far edge of the meadow. Sternly, Sinapu spoke on, looking into their eyes with both wisdom, compassion, and firm presence. Some here were taught that they were the masters having dominion over all of life. They took until the land was scarred, and all those that were different than the two-leggeds bled out onto the land, nearly extinguished by their greed and their arrogance. They have felt they own everything by words and paper, depriving themselves of the harmony that comes from sharing reverently with nature all around them. There once was a time when all of life spoke to each other, including the human ones. But that time ended when mankind began to think they were different, better, and kings of all these lands. They lost their way standing on the mountain with pride, believing that we were only moments touching their eyes. They forgot our voices and how to hear the rest of us, but we never forgot the beauty of the words we long ago exchanged. Yet they know that they feel awe in our sharings. We are the jewels that live within the heart's memories. Once we were friends and family, but now we are strangers wearily passing each other, distrusting the thoughts and the tender actions we once knew so well. Now it is time to return to the understandings of nature and each other. It is time to weave a new world upon the equality of all. It is time that we dance within the fire of respect and offer a truce with one another so that peace can rule these lands. Trust must be the path to one another from this day forward. We must stand together as equals, bringing the gift of ourselves to this life we share, blessing all of these lands with purpose. We are family. We always were. It is time now to sit in the grove amongst the trees and share memories and stories of all that is good and loving and true between comrades. To talk about the future and our dreams of a better today and a kinder tomorrow for us all. Let us come together now and begin to speak in peace about the new path we will walk as one. Each of the beings present gathered to create a circle within a circle in the broad meadow at the foot of Great Mountain. Trees that stood around the circle's edge leaned forward, and the river stilled in its listening quiet. From the tiny mouse to the great eagle upon the treetops peering down, to the playful goat and the stately lion, the porcupine and the silly coyote, the circle is woven full of great spirits' blessed creations. Even the humans came to sit in the outer circle listening and sharing the tales of the past and the dreams of a future that gave honor to all living beings as equal to his own. The circle was full. The day yawned into night, and before sleepiness fell upon them, the sun rose above the mountains, bringing a new excitement to the woven circle. Fullness and truth sat in the center. A new language was rising between the many hearts that opened themselves to one another beneath the stars in the midnight sky. A soft ecstasy began to drift throughout the meadowlands and through the fields of vibrations and consciousness, and it drifted amongst the whole of life like ripples upon the ocean waves. Hearts began to lift in love. Songs began to drift upon the soft breeze and gentle winds, carrying the sounds and movement of change around the world. Connections began to happen everywhere. Humans and all sentient beings began to awaken to a new crystalline state of conscious awareness. Love began to thread itself until it became a blanket resting upon the hearts of every soul living, including the Sacred Mother herself. All things can change with a single voice cutting through the darkness while shining light upon the lands within us all and within the external promises of our Mother. All hope can come to roost in action and movement when we begin to speak bravely from love and from truth and from the quiet strength of peace. When we gather unbound by chains in the sacred flow of wisdom, maturity, and willingness, and when we sit and witness, validation, and in honor of one another as equals, no matter the form we have taken to express through, it will all change. Our world will change and transcend the despairing parts of itself through the honest and most honorable expression of love. like what you hear, please be sure to like this video. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. See in the description how you can support my channel to grow bringing you the best content that I can. Thank you so much for visiting and for your support. This is Raven White Dove, signing out while rising in love.